All right, what's going on, everybody? As I said, running a little bit late today, so I didn't get to record this to edit it, so I just decided we'll just do this live. And what are we doing live? Well, as you might have guessed, we're doing Dollar Bin Digging live. Let me get my share screen up so I can put this out here. There we go. Normal. So this way it looks like you normally see it. This is Dollar Bin Digging. This is the video and article that I do for comicbookinvest.com where I talk about those cheap books you still might be able to find in those boxes, based on some of the news that I've seen, something's going on in the comics, some announcements, movies, TV, basically whatever just triggers something in my brain that says, you know what, there's probably books that we can go look for together. Now, some of these books I found before, some of these books I might even mention before, but these are still things I think there's a shot you might be able to find out there in those boxes. As I said, I don't normally do this live, but I'll say what's up to the few people I see in the chat. I see Joe's Dueling. What's going on, bud? Ed was our winner yesterday on the tax show. Well, he was the winner for the giveaway from Hidden Gems, but we announced it on the tax show yesterday. And then I forgot to do the second giveaway that we were supposed to do live yesterday because, well, we got a little carried away doing all the video game talk. So lost track of it in my brain, and I forgot to do the announcement. So, what are you going to do? We still have 5 packs left, by the way. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll do one today if something makes sense to me to do an announcement. But, we'll see how that goes. Who else we got in here? We got Darth Lopez. What's going on, Lopez? Sticks. Yeah, that's right. We're just going to do it live because, well, why not? I don't know. I want to do this, make a habit of doing these live because it's a lot of pressure for me to fill time all by myself. When I do it recorded, it's a little different. When I'm doing this now live, knowing you guys are watching it as I'm saying it, I get a little more self-conscious that I might get tongue twisted or have to sneeze or cough or something I normally would edit out, and you guys might not even notice that I had to edit it out. But I don't do a lot of edits. It's just, again, and plus I'm looking at the live chat, and that gets me distracted sometimes, and I start reading instead of talking, and I know it's not good, not really television. It's not good YouTubes to have somebody just sitting here reading in front of you. So I just try to keep this, keep this special. So we'll do this occasionally. We'll do a live show, like when I run late. Who else we got in here? TMNT Cool Guy. What's going on? I know what that emoji is. I've seen it on YouTube, but for whatever reason, it doesn't carry through to StreamYard, so we can't use that one here. Ruben, what's going on? Jeffrey Jake, how you doing? Matthew, what's up, Matt? Who else we got here? Sareth. One of our win. I know Sareth has won a couple of times recently. Sareth actually said if he had won yesterday's giveaway that he wanted to go to somebody else. So I had to mark that down, but Ed won. So that package with the G.I. Joe stuff is going to Ed, by the way. You're tired already? You're tired already? Yeah. Well, that said, I already did the intro, so I can't run that intro now. So it looks like we're just going to have to just get right into the books then. All right, so I'm just going to go shift right on over into our first story, which is that God of War bit that they told us today. I mean, we knew we were getting a God of War show, or at least it was rumored, but now it looks like Amazon Prime is going to do it, and the extra details they gave out is that it's going to be based off of the 2018 reboot of the video game franchise, which I know may not mean a lot to most of you, except that the reboot introduced his son. Is it like Atreus? Something like that? I haven't played the recent God of War games because, one, I didn't get a PS5, so I'm not playing the current one. I didn't get a PS5 yet, mostly because I'm so backlogged with games that I still have to play for the PS4 as well as my Xbox, so I'm probably not getting a PS5 anytime soon. That said, I just haven't played God of War since, like, God of War 3. That was, like, on PS2 or something like that, or whatever game that was. But we are getting the series. And like I said, they mentioned it's going to be based off of the 2018 game reboot. So I'm pretty sure that means we're getting a little father and son, dichotomy, I guess, with this show. So as much as people like to buy that original Wildstorm run, which we've talked about before, but you're not, that's an expensive book. You're not going to find the Wildstorm version of the God of War comic. And I have mentioned these. You might still be able to get lucky and find the Dark Horse. The Dark Horse series was kind of like ignored forever. These were just cheap. Everybody wanted the Wildstorm set. Nobody wanted the Dark Horse reboots, but the Dark Horse reboot is where we are getting his son. As far as I know, I don't think his son was in the first run of comics. I don't think he showed up until here. So His son, again, I think it's Atreus. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but we get him in this series first, in the first issue. So that is one you could probably keep an eye out for. You might still find it. You might get lucky and find it because, like I said, everybody's usually chasing the Wildstorm because that's the first appearance of Kratos in comics. But you might want to grab his son because he could have just as big a part in this TV series as his father. I don't know. We'll see. But this book does all right. Even these days, it's gotten better than the last time. The last time I talked about these were like cover price or less. But I think that was a while ago. But today we can see with the recent news, it's selling for like 10 to 12 bucks. Well, the 10 bucks was back in November, 12 bucks December 4th, and then one sold today, 20 bucks for issue 1 and 2. So again, still not a lot of money. 10 to $13 each for that number 1. Asking prices have gone up, as you can see. Now a lot of asks are in that $20 to $25 range, but you never know. You never know what you're going to find in those discount bins, those cheap boxes. He called, yeah, that's right. He does call him boy a lot, doesn't he? Because that's how, even in the comic, it just said, "Hey, boy, where's your mother?" Like, he's just calling him boy. But yeah, I think that's what his name is, Atreus. Or it makes me think of Atreyu from Neverending Story. But this issue is the first issue. It's only 4 comics in the entire run, so you might as well just keep an eye out for all 4 of them. Here's 2, 3, and 4. I like the cover to issue 2 here because it has father and son right there in the middle. These are also E.M. Gist covers, which is another spot we probably talked about these here on the channel. It was when I did that E.M. Gist spotlight. He did the cover art for this Dark Horse run. So another fun little fact and another fun little tidbit to make these worth looking out for. Apart from the game tie-in, the TV show tie-in. Now you're getting some first appearances in the comics, and you're getting the interesting cover artist. I think there's a lot of things going for these now. Whereas, like I said before, they were just kind of ignored because everybody wanted the Wildstorm book that's selling for like 100, 150 bucks raw. So I'd say keep a lookout for any of them. Wildstorm, any of them. I think it's like 6 or 7 issues. Any of these 4, get them all if they're cheap enough. And that said, these don't sell for too much, as we see here, like $6 for the last couple of sales back in November. These are just random issues that I just grabbed to kind of illustrate that you can get the non-number ones for just random prices, kind of cover price a little bit more maybe. Asking prices are in that cover price, $3.99, maybe up to $12, depending on where you find it and where you look. So you might do okay if you find them in your discount boxes, but I don't know. It's just worth looking for, I think. That's our first story. First story that we're going to base off of to tell you to look for the Dark Horse God of War books. Now, this next one, I have talked about this before, and I only put this in here because there was a new story that I read. The chances of you finding the book that I'm about to talk about are probably pretty slim in the dollar bins, but I always like to remind you of this stuff just in case. And the story I'm talking about is My Hero Academia. The live-action movie is moving forward. Again, on Netflix. Looks like they got a writer. I don't know who Joby Harold is, but they got a writer attached. So I haven't read this. I don't know much about it. I know it's like superheroes or something. I think there's an animated thing on Netflix. So live action might be interesting. I don't know much about it. My buddy at work was telling me I got to check it out. Maybe if I'll get around to it one of these days. But still, it's gonna be impossible. I know this thing has gotten expensive over the last few years. This is like $100 thing now because of One Punch Man. Everybody's grabbing it because of One Punch Man, but it kind of got forgotten about. A little sub note down below is My Hero Academia was down there. So this is like first US comic as well, which is also kind of a dicey little bit of a situation. Like, is it really? I'm not sure if they did any of the reprints from the Weekly Shonen Jump stuff before now, but from what I gather, I think this is the first. Because I think this was released just a couple of months before those U.S. editions of the mangas started showing up here in the U.S. But like I said, chances of you finding this are very, very slim. I just want to point it out because it is a free comic book day book, and free comic book day books do find their ways into those bins. Most of them are worthless, but doesn't hurt to look when you're flipping through. So that's why I just want to remind you. And again, just point out that if you did find one, you did find something good. Because look, recent sales of this thing have been about $50, which is actually down from where it used to be. One even sold for $28, December 13th. It wasn't that long ago, a couple days ago. Only $30 with free shipping. And then you look, some of the asks now, $60 to $100. That's more in line with what we've seen the last couple of years for this one. It got popular. People were talking about it for a while. So a lot of these got pulled. But You never know, which is why I just want to remind you that it is out there and it's something to keep an eye out for. Hey, Double O's here. What's going on, bud? Well, yeah, we had a lot of fun talking the video game stuff last night, and I think we've been talking, we got some fun stuff coming next week too. So make sure you come back to the Tack Show next Wednesday for our Christmas show. It's the last show before Christmas, so we're gonna do some fun stuff there, uh, and maybe we'll give something away if I remember. That said, next story. We're gonna hit up our next story, which is this one. So apparently, I didn't even know this. I haven't watched The Flash on the CW in a while. It's just one of those things. I fell off. They got like 5 seasons out of me before I got burnt out, and I just couldn't keep up. Just 26 episodes in a season or whatever it is, it's just too much. I just can't. That's a lot of time and a lot of TV to consume. And when we had Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow, there was just a lot that DC was pushing out there, and I kept up as best I could, but I eventually fell off with all of them. And I liked them. I liked them all. Well, maybe Arrow ended, but and so did Legends of Tomorrow, now that we think about it. But it appears this character Dreamer is going to return, and apparently she showed up on Supergirl, another show I couldn't keep up with. I liked it. I watched the first couple of seasons, and then I just kind of, well, there it went. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to find this in dollar bins, but I figured, you know what? There's a possibility. A lot of overstock stuff ends up there, and if your shop has it at overstock, maybe you'll find this Pride special from 2021. It's last year. So this DC Pride special, there's a couple of covers. We've got the Jim Lee here. I like Jim Lee, so that's why I picked this one. There's a Jen Bartel that's pretty cool with Harley and Ivy on it, so look for that too. It has a big cover price. I want to say this is, I don't know if it's $10. We're under, like, it's like $8 to $10, I think, because it's like prestige format. It's pretty thick. So once again, finding it in a dollar bin might be a tall ask, but maybe you find it for half cover or something like that in some sort of recent overstock box at your shop. And that's kind of where we're at. I mean, dollar boxes are getting harder and harder to find these days just because the cost of comics is just, it's gone up exponentially. So a dollar is less than half what most of the shops have to pay just for, with their discounts. Like they're getting it for half price through Diamond or Lunar, not even, like in a lot of cases, not even half price, but roundabout. $4 comic, it's hard to sell it for $1 because it costs them. The paper alone costs them more than that to sell it to you. So maybe they want to clear the space, but it's just getting tougher these days. So we're just saying any sort of discount box is what we're really focused in on here. Sir John, what's going on? No one could keep up. Oh, with all those shows, yeah, exactly. No one could keep up. Just too much. Too many shows. And I really did like Legends. Legends ended up being my favorite near the end because I liked it was like irreverent. It was light. It was a little goofy. It was like Silver Age type of DC stuff, which, has its place. That said, this book, it actually sells okay. Like, I don't know if it's just for this first appearance of this Dreamer character, but $10 to $15, which I think $10 is close to cover. So it's a little more than cover. When you hit that $15, you get Jen Bartel there in the middle. And then asking prices, it's actually right now they're asking $13 to $25. So yeah, I guess this is something that people look for. Maybe this can't be found at a dollar bin, and I'm completely off base saying, hey, just keep an eye out for it just in case. It's just the new story hit, and I looked up the first. I'm like, oh, this is something maybe to go look for. I'll go look. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's not $1. Maybe it's half cover. Maybe it's discounted in some way, and I would consider picking it up because, well, it's got some interesting stuff in there. What else do we got here? Let's roll on to our next story, which I know Corbin went on an epic rant to start the show last night. If you haven't checked it out, you missed the live show. Corbin was pretty upset about the news of Henry Cavill no longer being Superman. He was mad. He was mad. He was mad at James Gunn. But I don't know if I can blame him. I agree with him. I liked Cavill. I think he wasn't given much to work with as Superman with what Snyder was making him emo, sad Superman. And then Whedon was brought in to kind of brighten him up, which helped a little bit, but it was very uneven. And then you had him at the death. It was just, they did not give him anything to work with. I still think he had the ability to do it. I was looking forward to seeing him return. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So now he's no longer Geralt, and now he's no longer Superman. I don't know. It frees him up. And like I said, come to the MCU. I'd love to see you there, Cavill, because I like you as an actor. I think you're pretty solid. But that said, James Gunn did say they're going to kind of tell an earlier story. of Superman. That's what's been making the rounds the last 24 hours or so, as he's trying to explain what he's saying. We're not getting a new origin story per se. We're getting early days of Superman. And what I was reading is you're getting him as a young reporter, a young cub reporter for the Daily Planet there in Metropolis. We're going to see him meet Lois Lane and things like that, which made me think, yeah, Joss, this is not good people. And I did like Buffy. I did like Angel. I did like Firefly, but yeah, not a good dude. Not a good dude. Here we go. I actually put this Variety Report clip in here. So yeah, the script's going to focus on the character's life as a cub reporter in the fictional city of Metropolis. Audiences will encounter him meeting key characters like colleague Lois Lane, etc., etc. Which that reads a lot like the synopsis of Birthright. I don't know if you guys read this kind of retelling of young Superman's sort of origin, a retelling of it. But this is with Mark Waid and Lionel Francis Yu, if I'm saying his name right. Pretty good series. I like this. This was a good read, 12 issues. And this kind of retells that. It kind of gives you that time frame. So this seems like good source material for what James Gunn is doing. Will they adapt this exactly with Luthor, faking an alien invasion? I think that's what he was doing. Will they do that? Probably not exactly, but it's still something interesting to check out. Who knows? Plus, it's got some great art here. I actually like Yu's art, not you, but you know what I'm saying. Here's issue 1, and then we got 2 and 3. Like I said, it's 12 issues. All these are pretty solid. 4, 5, and 6. You got Lois falling, you got Luthor there, you got these skulls there on issue 6. It's kind of cool with the color scheme. I really like that issue 7 with the back of the cape. I don't know, something cool about that. And then we got 3 more. I'm just showing you all the covers because what the hell? Just let's look at all of them. And then you got that pretty cool skulled Superman. And then you got look, I mean, you could see him. I don't know why I'm pointing them out to you. But in that classic kind of image with number 12. But 12 issues, you could find these, a whole set sold for $15. So 12 issues for $15. That's like $1 an issue. So you could find these out there. And I think you probably should look because like I said, it's a solid read. I remember this. It's been a while since I read it, but from what I recall, I enjoyed it. And asking prices, some of them might hit like $10 individually, but a lot of them are in that like $3 to $4. And you can see, look for the lot. Look for the whole set. Save you the trouble. If you're going to buy online, you could probably get a good deal and a discount if you just buy the whole run. And I'm sure there's still sellers that have a couple out there. But if not, flip through those boxes. Lots of Superman is out there in those cheap boxes because not a lot of people like paying premiums for Superman comics. So a lot of them end up in the dollar bins from the Birthright series, so those Last Son of Kryptons. Like I see that stuff all the time. So keep an eye out for these because they're probably out there. And like I said, I'm not saying they're definitely adapting this in what James Gunn's doing. I'm just saying it sounds very similar and it's worth a read. So buy them just to read them. That's what we should be doing with our comics, right? We should be reading them as often as we can. I don't get to read as often as I'd like, but we should be doing that. And I'm still trying to promote the idea that we should all be reading more. Enjoy these things. Don't just look at the covers. As much as I love collecting pretty covers and pretty art, yeah, he does. He lives in the dollar bins. That's like his bread and butter. It's just Soups and his pal Jimmy Olsen hanging out in the dollar bins. That's what I see. Yeah, I don't know if we can build a whole universe on the back of Blue Beetle, but we'll try. I know they were going to do it on the Rock's back, but that doesn't look like it's going to be the case, despite that it making a little bit of a profit. I don't know. I'm going to check that out tomorrow because I think Black Adam hits HBO Max tomorrow, and I still haven't gone to the theater, so I'm probably just going to watch it at home. So that's a weekend project for me. That said, we got 27 people here, and why not? Now's the time. I think I'm going to just do it. So let me get my hat. We're going to do a little 12 Days of Christmas. We're going to do a little giveaway here for you guys because, well, like I said, I forgot to do one yesterday. And by happenstance, I'm doing a live show today. So I'll do it today instead of yesterday. And I'm going to make this easy on you. Maybe. Maybe it's not very easy. Jedi's mad at me because I messed up. Not only did I forget to really promote that I'm going to be on Mail Call Madness tomorrow. I recorded the show with Jedi and Dom. So I'll be there. Make sure you come to the live chat tomorrow because I was going to promote the secret word. We had talked about it. We came up with a secret word, secret phrase that we were going to do. And then, like I said, last night, I completely forgot about it. And I took suggestions, and JJ gave me a suggestion. So, which of you guys that was watching late last night, because this was near the end, if any of you were still hanging in late, I'm going to give this as the first question. If this doesn't work, I'll pivot to something else. But do you remember the secret word that JJ gave me at the end of the show last night? Because if you do, you're going to win. And I do see somebody did. Sarah, you are correct. That was the word. That was the word. It was pumpernickel. Why did he pick pumpernickel? I don't know, but it made me smile, so I picked pumpernickel. So, Sarah, I know you won already, but I said you could win more than one prize. So you have won again, my friend. I know you had said yesterday you wanted to pass on the prize. I don't want to put that in your mouth for tonight. You don't have to. Tell me what number you want. And if you don't want, then I will go to the next person on the list. Per your request yesterday. But this is yours. You don't have to. It's completely different. Each of these packs I made individually based off of a topic. Like I picked like a theme. Like I had the G.I. Joe pack. I had 2 Star Wars packs. I had a signature pack that we gave away. What else did I give away? I can't even remember. Then the Pete pack that had like the Last Dragon in it and that Biggie book. Go to the next. All right. Look at that. Sarah is passing it on. Look at that. That's in the spirit of giving. Thank you. In the spirit of giving. So, in the spirit of giving, if we move to the next person, Jeffrey, you were next on my list here as the next one with the correct pumpernickel. So, Jeffrey Drake, you tell me what number pack you get, and then you can show us all what Sarah passed to you. What he gave you for Christmas. And then you're also going to have to either hit me on IG with your where you want me to mail it, or if you don't have IG, I could do I'll give you the email, which is renovision1@gmail. So that's the email. If you guys ever need to email me, that's the email for the channel. I don't check it all that often though. So yeah, G.I. Joe pack was yesterday. But Jeffrey, if you're still here, which I think you should, you gave the answer. Tell me which pack you want. Oh, it's 1 through 5. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to do that as well. The correct answer of pumpernickel. See, this is the problem with live. Live by myself. There's nobody to correct me or tell me, what are you doing? Move on. We had the 12 packs, and all we have left is 1 through 5. 1 through 5, because Ed took the number 12. It makes it simple. So now it's 1 through 5. Number one with a bullet. All right. Number 1 it is. So let's shift so I can show you guys all. Well, pack number 1. I don't even remember what I put in these things. I just remember they were all different. Oh boy, you got the weird pack, my friend. Yes, I had to make one weird pack. And this is the weird indie pack. So you're getting some oddball stuff here. Starting off with this Stuff of Nightmares Virgin book. I think I got this out of Tom's mystery mail call. So you know that's just getting moved on. So this is going to Jeffrey now. You can deal with this. So if you like Stuff of Nightmares, it's a pretty cool cover. I mean, to be honest, pretty cool. Weird. Yeah, exactly. Weird Virgin cover. And then there was another. See, I had to put a note because they're virgins. I didn't even remember what they were. This is a Lady Hell Virgin cover as well. So you're getting these 2 weird indie exclusives. I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure I got these out of the Comic Tom mystery mail call. So this is how I regift stuff out of those mystery boxes. Now, these are also what started the pack. Those were kind of throw-ins later. When I first built the pack, I built it off of, well, Jake Gyllenhaal's upcoming Prophet. So you're getting a first appearance of Prophet. Also a first appearance of Shadowhawk on the back of this. But you're getting the first Prophet here. I know there's 2 versions. There's a different color trade dress, but they're both the same. So you're getting a Prophet first appearance, as well as the first of this new run where they kind of shifted the whole storyline. This is where they kind of changed the whole story of it being less superhero, more weird sci-fi. And this is like $25. This is like $25, I think, still. If not, and that other one's kind of hits there. I think when you add all this stuff up, it still gets you at least to like $40 or $50. A lot of weird, oddball indie stuff, but it's all yours. It's all yours now, Jeff. So Jeffrey Drake, hit me with your information, and I will get these books over to you. For now, put them off to the side. Putting my hat back on, going back G.I. Joe style. Again, thanks for playing. We are down to four packs left, right? 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's only the 15th. We still have about 9 days left. I'm going through like Christmas Eve-ish like time. So we still got plenty of time. I might be double dipping some of these to give away. Just to kind of throw it out there. If it's a live show, so maybe check out Wednesday and maybe check out Sunday show. At least a live show that I'm on, I'll probably be giving something away. So that might be 2. So that'll leave 2 more options that'll be popping up. Oh, maybe. Oh, not maybe. And tomorrow, I'm definitely giving one away tomorrow. So you guys get a second reminder that if you come back tomorrow, despite, Jedi not liking this being the word, this is the word. So when you watch the live show tomorrow, there's going to be a time. You can't just put in the chat early. That's not going to fly. You got to wait till we hit the point in the show where I ask for the secret word. And as soon as I do, that's when you can give the option. If you do it early, I'm not counting it. So you won't know when I dropped it into the show. It's not at the beginning. It's not like in obvious places. You got to watch the show. You got to watch the show with us tomorrow. So 9 o'clock, Friday night, Mail Call Madness. I'm on with Jedi Dom. We opened up some fun stuff. Jedi has a whole thing of some little fun things that we went through. I don't want to give it all away. Watch tomorrow's show with us live in the live chat and get another shot to win something. So that said, we're not done with tonight's show. Let me wrap up with our last topic. So getting off of this deck, let's go back to this one. Our last topic is going to be related to Into the Spider-Verse. Trailer came out. We saw a lot of stuff, right? We saw a lot of characters, a lot of spider characters. I'm not telling anybody to invest in any of these characters, most of which will probably be on screen for all of 3 seconds, maybe a bit more, maybe a little bit less. So I'm not saying invest in any of this stuff. Who knows what will happen? All I'm saying is when you're digging in the boxes, some of these things might be fun to go and grab. So with that in mind, here's my list of things I think you might still be able to find out of those boxes. You're not going to find Gwen, and you're not going to find Miles, obviously. And even Spider-Punk I'm not going to tell you to look for Spider-Punk, but I will tell you to look for characters like Spinneret and Spiderling, because there we had them walking there in the back. That's, an alternate universe MJ and their daughter Mayday Parker, right? They're right back there. So Spinneret and Spiderling showed up there in the trailer. There's others here. Even on this one image, there's a few. So we might be coming back to this picture in a little bit. But here we go. Zoomed in, twisted to be upright. There they are walking. And you can get them, at least in these costumes, as these, character and whatever, in Renew Your Vows. Because, there they are, right there on the cover. Yes, this is the second volume of Renew Your Vows. So the characters themselves, but it's MJ and their daughter. They showed up in the first volume, but if you want them in these costumes as, superheroes, if you will, you need volume 2, number 1. And this thing is still pretty cheap. Oh, let me get rid of Jeffrey's number 1 comment. We don't need that anymore. Right, let's go to Spider-Verse. And yes, free stuff tomorrow on our version of MCM. Moving to sold copies. $5, $10, best offer on $9. It's not super duper expensive. It's not going to make you rich, at least not yet. But who knows? This is a pretty good series. I know Jack Kornblatt over at CBSI. I know he's a big fan of this run. He loves these characters. So I've read it, and it's not too bad. I haven't read all of them. I dropped off because, again, I can't keep up. Too busy. I can't keep up with all of my reading. But I did read some of them. Not too bad. Interesting little story. Available copies anywhere from like $6 up to $20 these days. Also multiple covers on this, multiple variants. I just gave the basic cover A because that's probably gonna be the easiest one to find. So what was it? Spinneret and Spiderling. Here we go. There's 2. What else we got? I don't got just that. I got a couple more for you. Like Mangaverse or Mangaverse Spidey. I think I always say manga, but I think it's supposed to be manga. But here, he's right here down below. I did my own little screen grab to grab this. But But this isn't the only place we see him because, like I said, he is on this image here in the back, where you can also see the Spiderling at Spinneret there, and a little, I don't know, is that a cop directing traffic Spidey? Whatever. But the Mangaverse Spider-Man first showed up in this Legend of the Spider Clan book, which I just think this is a cool book to begin with. I believe this is Scotty Young. So you're getting some early Scotty Young art. And I just think it's kind of a fun little story in like almost like spider ninjas, right? That's kind of fun. So I've been looking for these for a while. You find them here and there. It's not a long series. I want to say it's I don't know, 5 issues maybe. Yeah, it looks like it's 5 issues. You can see issue 1 could sell for like $14, $30 for the 5-issue run. So if you get the whole set, it's only like $30. Even online, that's some semi-recent sales. Asking prices anywhere from like $8 to $25 for number 1. And then you can see, look, there's a whole set again for only $22.50. So you can get all 5 issues for $22.50, or you can spend $25 and get a signed. Oh, actually, that's a signed Scotty Young. So that one's signed for $25. So if you like signed books with no COAs or you trust the seller, I mean, have at it. I'm just not a SIG guy, so I wouldn't really be interested in that. But it's still kind of a fun book and one you might be able to find out there. So if you're into it, go look for it. But again, I'm not saying, hey, this is the next big thing. They're going to spin off manga Spider-Man into his own universe. It'd be kind of cool if they did. If they gave us like a one-off, like a What If Tales kind of story, even animated. I'd be into that. But still, who knows? Who knows? What else I got for you? Also, in that image, Lady Spider. Lady Spider. Sorry, needed a drink. Who is Lady Spider, you ask? Well, she's like I want to say like a steampunk version, female Spider-Man. I think she's also a May Parker in some alternate universe, alternate timeline that we saw first in Spider-Verse number 1. Not Into the Spider-Verse, not Edge of Spider-Verse, just Spider-Verse number 1. I know it can be confusing. A lot of titles. I like to throw this Spider-Verse title around, mix it up here and there. This is number 1, as you can see here from the cover. And it even has a manga Spider-Man story inside of this. And he's right there on the cover. And you see a few of the others. Look, there's $20.99 in the back. And a lot of other fun Spider characters, including, look at the Spider Monkey down there, down below. You can see his little tail. Oh, here, I'll zoom in just to show you what I'm talking about. You got the Spider Monkey, you got the 6-armed Spidey, you got Spider Ham, Werewolf Spidey. A lot of characters we saw in this trail. We saw Werewolf Spidey too, but I didn't get him onto my list for tonight. Even though I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet, but Werewolf Spidey didn't make this cut just because, well, I ran out of time. But here you go. She shows up. Like I said, it's kind of like a steampunk kind of thing. There's like a Doc Ock and some of the other villains that in this, steampunk's the only thing I can say to explain it because that's what it looks like to me. But there's Lady Spider. And you can still find this still for cheap. $8 seems to be selling for pretty consistently, $8 to $9. Asking prices, however, 15 to 20 right now. A lot of new listings, so a lot of people trying to cash in on this quick little appearance in the trailer. I kept saying, don't pay market. I'm not telling you to go run out and buy these things like Lady Spider's the next big thing. I'm just saying, if you're flipping through a dollar box, well, maybe grab one. Maybe you can get, if prices start hitting 15 to 20, well, then maybe you found yourself a nice little score if you want to flip it, or you just found a fun little book just to tuck away into your own collection. That's all I'm saying to do. Don't go paying market for any of this stuff. This is just fun little things to go and hunt when you're out there digging. That's the angle I'm going with these days because, yeah, there's plenty of books you can find that'll make you a ton of money, but I either told you about most of those books already or you know about those books already, so that's not fun. I'm trying to tell you some of the weird stuff you might be able to find out there. Like the Bombastic Bag Man. Yeah, I know. You guys know the Spider-Man with the paper bag on his head in the Fantastic Four outfit. Looks like he's right there. I don't know if I can have the I didn't get a clear look. I don't know if he has the 4 on his chest, if it's like a real deal Fantastic Four outfit, or if they're just going with blue tights with the bag in his head. But there he is, the Bombastic Bag Man in a couple of parts. And there was a couple of scenes that showed him. As this looks like Marco was saying, I think this is some sort of like Mario Kart race. I think they're just having kind of fun with all the different Spider-Men here at this point. I mean, maybe the whole universe is ending and they got to rush out and they're trying to save their own lives, but this looks like a fun race to me. I don't know. But his first appearance, and this might be a tough one. This one sold for a while. Like this is a known book, so maybe you won't find this at a dollar bin, but I still thought it was kind of fun that it's something to keep an eye out for. You find some old, maybe even semi-beat up ASM books, well, look for this cover. look for 258 because inside you're going to get the first appearance of the bombastic Bagman. Yeah, it's a fun name too, right? A little bit of a classic Marvel alliteration. But alliteration aside, what does this sell for? This sells for anywhere from $11, best offer on $25. A 9.6 sold for $135. That's not too bad. Asking price is 12 to 25, so it's still kind of in that consistent kind of range. It's not super duper expensive. Again, you're not going to get rich by finding this book, but could be a fun little thing that you find. And maybe you find one that's not in the greatest condition. Maybe it's got a couple of ticks down the spine. Maybe it even has a crease on the cover. You know what? For $1, it's worth just grabbing. So you can say, well, I do got a first bombastic Bagman. I'm not going to send this into CGC or anything, but it's good enough to just tuck away and put in my collection because it's a fun first that maybe you find out there for cheap. So with that, I think I got one more for you. I think I got one more Spider-Man character, and I think I already mentioned him because he was on that cover of Spider-Verse #1, and that's that Spider Monkey. Oh, I forgot to hit the animation bit, but he's actually here in the background, and then this was the zoom in. I was going to have the zoom in come in after, but it looks like I messed it up. I was rushing. I was rushing to try to make this live show, but you see him. He's way, way, way in the back. So once again, probably not getting more of a couple of screens with him flashing on screen for a few seconds. Probably not going to be a big character development arc for Spider Monkey in this. But if you want a fun book, maybe he is a new breakout character in the vein of a Spider Ham, then make sure you go grab your Marvel Apes now, because you may not be able to. I can't even say it anymore with a straight face. This is like a $1 book. You could find this out there. Go look for the Marvel Apes in those dollar bins, issues 1 through 4. They have some cool, like the trade dress is for the whole run kind of matches different books. But here we got all Avengers, and looking at Spidey, this is the new Avengers, I think, cover. Little homage there. One sold for 25 cents. You see that? 25 cents on eBay. One sold for 25 cents. Not even $1. It sold for $0.25. And then all 5 issues, issue 1 through 4 ends issue 0. So 5 issues in this, $7. So, like I said, this is a $1 book. This is not an expensive book, but it's kind of fun. So if you find it, it's kind of fun. And Marvel did do that month where they had some variants, where they put some like ape and monkey characters of the superheroes on all the different books. I think they might have been like 1 in 5s or 1 in 10s, a pretty low ratio, I think. There was that month they did that. But here is the Marvel Apes miniseries run. And again, $3 if you want to find a copy online right now. $7 will still get you 1 through 4. You'll have to go track down that issue 0 apparently separately, because this lot doesn't have issue 0. But it's just a fun little thing to go and hunt. That said, that's all I got for you guys this week. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you're still enjoying watching all these shows here on the channel. I'm still having a heck of a lot of fun doing this. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by live, because, like I said, this was unplanned. I just was running out of time. Waiting for the video to render to get the recorded version up wouldn't have been much different than what we did here tonight. So, would you win? Oh, Ghost Hughes 15. What are you talking about? 15 cents. Oh, Ghost. I was like, which Ghost? I thought you meant for whatever reason, I was thinking an Uncharted book. All right, Ghost, actual Ghost from Dark Horse. That is still pretty cool. I still do like that cover and that run. And there's a later series of Ghost where Jenny Frison did some pretty good covers as well, like a later volume of Ghost that I would say keep an eye out for too. No. Thanks for watching, Ed. And again, I got your prize. That'll go out before Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to wait till I get all of these done before I do the second batch, but the first batch, the first 6, they already got mailed. Some people said they got them already, so these will go out soon. And Jeffrey, again, make sure you send me a message where you want me to mail it. Ed, I got yours already, so I know where to send your Joes. And again, thank you guys. I had fun. I like doing this live occasionally, but I'm not going to make a habit of it because, well, I don't have that kind of time. I can't bookmark this time of night every night of the week because I just do too many shows, apparently. Do 5 a week. Might need to trim back. I don't know. 2023, we are going to do things a little bit differently. So we might see some changes to the lineup as 2023 comes, because there are some different things I want to try. Not to say we're going to get rid of anything. We just might start mixing in here, like different shows here and there, swapping things in and out. I don't know. Try some different stuff. That's why I did that little bit of questionnaire for you guys on Monday to see what you wanted to see more of. so we can see what more we can do to do some different stuff. Keep things fresh, keep things interesting, keep you guys engaged, keep us engaged to want to keep doing this. So with that, I'm going to say good night to you all. Make sure you come back tomorrow, watch MCM, Mail Call Madness with us, live chat, doing the giveaway. Last time I'm going to tell you, last time I'm going to give you that tip, pumpernickel, but only when I ask for it on the show. Don't try to give it in early. That's not going to get you a win. So with that, thanks again, guys. Yes, hit that bell, hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, keep telling your friends so we can keep growing, growing the channel. We're over 2,200. We'll get to 2,500 sooner rather than later, and then on to 3,000 and another big giveaway. And yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I got plenty of comics to give away. I got more than I can deal with. So I'm happy to share in the comic love and give you guys some books because, again, yeah, I can try to sell them for a few bucks, but I don't need it. I don't need to sell them. I sell a couple of books here and there. I'm more than happy to just give some of these away because my wife is happy to see them leave however they leave the house. She's happy to get part of her house back, even if it's one comic at a time. So I'm going to keep trying, but I keep adding them. I don't know. It's a losing proposition for her. That said, thanks, guys. I will see you soon with some more content. And you know what? We're going to hit the outro. We're going to hit the outro because, well, I have it. No, I don't have it here. So just pretend like you saw the outro. Later.